we're going to begin this video in a slightly unusual way. Instead of just listening, I'd like you to participate in a quick exercise. It won't take more than half a minute. Go ahead and grab a pen and paper, or just keep a tally in your head. Make sure you remember your final count. I want to see how many times you answer yes to 10 specific questions. Are you ready? Let's jump in. Music plays. Okay, are we finished? What was your final score? Personally, I found myself saying yes to numbers 1, 4, 6, 8, and 10. Drop your result in the comment section and let me know where you stand. Be totally honest with yourself. If you answered yes to 4 or more, then I'd like to welcome you to the community. Right now, a major question is probably swirling in your mind. Is it actually healthy to perceive everything with such intense clarity? If your brain decodes every tiny detail into a web of hidden implications, until you're totally burnt out, should you try to think less? Should you notice less or care less? But then, what if you accidentally insult someone? What if you become socially clumsy and everyone starts judging you? Do you see what just occurred? That entire messy sequence is the trademark struggle of the hyper-aware group. You might belong to the other camp, the world of the relaxed people. I am a textbook hyper-aware person, so today I want to dive deep into this subject with you. If I have the ability to see through everything, how am I supposed to actually live? I'm talking about this because I've been in your shoes. I have hit the wall, suffered burnout, and completely depleted my energy. My psychological radar was constantly on high alert. However, I've now reached a point where I'm living quite well with this superpower. My name is Nori, and I'm a voice for those souls who can't seem to stop their thoughts. We will explore this topic a little more through 3 lenses. First, the origins of hyper-awareness and why it matters. Second, why the modern world makes it so punishing. And finally, I will offer 3 strategies to help you manage it. Ready to start? Let's go. To begin, many people assume the capacity to read others is simply high emotional intelligence. From the outside, that looks accurate, but it isn't just a gift. It functions more like a high-tech scanner that lacks a power switch. It's scanning when you're at school, the office, or even just texting. It's scanning during meetings, out with friends, or on a date. It's even scanning when you're staring at the ceiling at 2 in the morning. It analyzes other people, the vibe of the room, and then it pivots to analyze you. The big mystery is why humans even possess this odd scanning mechanism. The explanation is buried deep within our species' history of survival. From a biological standpoint, humans are quite vulnerable. If a prehistoric human became isolated from their tribe, it was a death sentence. Consequently, our most vital survival tool was social cooperation. To thrive, you had to be skilled at interpreting the group's nonverbal cues. Who was frustrated? Who felt intimidated? Who was planning a betrayal? In those times, a scowl or an awkward silence was a life or death signal. If you failed to notice the community was wary of you, you risked being cast out. Being excluded wasn't like being blocked on social media. It meant you wouldn't survive. So, our brains internalized a harsh truth. If you want to stay alive, you must stay observant. What we call hyper-awareness is the remnant of an ancient instinct. This trait used to be incredibly beneficial. This isn't a glitch in your system. At its core, this is a superpower that prevented our ancestors from going extinct. The trouble starts when this scanner is forced into overdrive by the modern world. Our ancestors monitored a small tribe of 30 people. Today, we are thrust into a landscape overflowing with signals. Group threads, social media feeds, and read receipts with no reply. Your ancient scanner is processing a volume of data it was never designed for. This is where the superpower transforms into a snare. If someone sends a text saying okay without an emoji, your internal alarm goes off. If your partner is quiet for too long, the alarm rings again. If a supervisor messages, your brain generates a file of every disaster scenario. Minor bits of data are woven into a narrative of dread. You think, something is wrong. I've made a mistake. They're going to dump me. Awareness, meant to keep us safe, is now working against us. This is why professions like psychology and therapy are seeing record demand. Today, fueled by technology, it has grown into a full-blown psychological storm. So, are you prepared to explore the crisis facing your generation? This chaos converts your superpower into 3 incredibly draining psychological traps. Trap 1. Excessive signals with zero context. In digital communication, we lose roughly 90% of nonverbal information. Your hyper-aware radar starts spinning out of control in those blank spaces. A short reply feels cold. Being left on read feels like being discarded. When context is missing, your mind fills the void with worst-case stories. Trap number 2. Social media turns your awareness into constant comparison. Now, you can sit alone in your bedroom and feel the weight of the world's judgment. You upload a photo and obsessively monitor the likes, comments, and views. You don't just see the post, you look for the hidden meaning behind it. This leads to trap number 3, the pressure to manage your digital persona 24/7. In the real world, a hyper-aware person already monitors themselves heavily. On social media, that self-policing is amplified exponentially. Gradually, a young person stops truly living and starts performing the act of living. Success needs to look effortless, and failure needs to look like a learning moment. What is the ultimate toll you pay for this? Protection starts to replace presence. You're with friends, but you're too busy scanning their facial expressions. Your life slowly transforms into a risk management operation. Young people today aren't burnt out because they lack resilience. They are exhausted because their brain holds a mandatory debriefing after every interaction. Inside your mind is a permanent courtroom session. If you don't learn to regulate it, you'll no longer have the energy to enjoy your own life. So how do you maintain your sensitivity without letting that sharpness bleed you dry? The goal isn't to shut it down. The goal is to learn how to drive it. I'm going to suggest 3 very actionable paths. Direction 1. Distinguish facts from interpretations. What wears you out isn't the event, but the narrative your brain constructs around it. The fact is, your boss messaged, "Stop by my office." The interpretation is, "I'm probably getting fired." The solution is to stick strictly to what you observed. Tell yourself, the only factual information I have is that my boss wants to talk. That small gap is where your peace of mind begins to grow. Direction 2. Redefine social media as a tool for contributing value. Don't use social media to seek validation. Use it to provide value. Just share what you honestly believe is helpful in your own genuine voice. Never compromise your true self to fit the crowd's expectations. You are only truly free when you are comfortable being yourself. Direction 3. Be selective with your inner circle and set emotional boundaries. It's easy to become the unofficial emotional dumping ground for everyone you know. Being able to understand someone doesn't mean you have to absorb their pain. You are not the designated therapist for the entire world. Seek out a few small, genuinely safe tribes. Find people who allow your nervous system to relax when you're around them. Being profoundly observant of the world around you is a beautiful gift that often feels like an exhausting anchor. You constantly process the hidden fears of everyone else while your own internal battery slowly drains into nothingness. It is completely valid to step back and stop trying to rescue others from their unspoken emotional storms. Giving up the daily task of managing the room allows your overwhelmed nervous system to safely breathe again. Where in your life can you finally stop trying to fix the mood and simply exist without intervening? If this resonated with you, please share one quiet truth in the comments about carrying this heavy awareness. May you construct a peaceful reality where your beautifully complicated mind is never required to carry everything alone.